Hello everyone, my name is Alice. I am in the third year of my PhD, which is about detection and prediction of chemotherapy responses from electronic health records. I am pleased to present to ISMB conference our work about the representation of chemotherapies with ChemoOnto. Chemotherapy is the most commonly used treatment to treat cancer. It involves the administration of anti-cancer drugs, which are cytotoxic molecules. The objective of chemotherapies is to eliminate tumor cells and to inhibit their spread. Even if the primary objective of chemotherapies is to reduce the tumor size, the administration of anti-cancer drugs often leads to the occurrence of toxicities, as skin rashes or kidney failure. These toxicities vary in severity, and in extreme cases, it may even lead to death. Chemotherapy responses corresponds uh, to the individual reaction of patient to the administration of anti-cancer drugs. Thus, it includes the modification of the tumor size as well as the occurrence of toxicities. The heterogeneity of the responses to chemotherapies is largely influenced by the patient characteristics. Factor like Factors like age, overall health, comorbidities, uh, genetic profiles contribute in the variety of the responses to chemotherapies. When a cancer is diagnosed, different medical experts meet and decide together of the appropriate chemotherapy regimen based on the tumor location, the tumor stage, and the patient characteristics. A chemotherapy regimen defines a theoretical cycle where a combination of anti-cancer drugs is administered to the patient at precise doses and on specific days of the cycle. Scientific society provide recommendation for the appropriate regimen based on patient characteristics, the tumor stage and locations. Here is an example of a theoretical cycle administered to ear cancer patients. So in this theoretical cycle, there are three different anti-cancer drugs, which are cetuximab, carboplatin, and paclitaxel. And these anti-cancer drugs are administered at day 1, 8, and 15 of a theoretical cycle that lasts 21 days. Finally, a chemotherapy treatment consists in the repetition of a theoretical cycle defined by a regimen. Here in example, you have the sequence of theoretical cycles. Often, and partly due to the occurrence of toxicities, the sequence of cycles followed by the patient doesn't exactly follow the sequence of theoretical cycles. There can be cycle delays or adjustment in the doses or the day of administrations of anti-cancer drugs. If the physician judges that the treatment is too inefficient, he can decide to change the um, regimen. And the sequence of cycles that follow the same um, regimen is commonly called a line by an oncologist. So in this example, the patient follow two different lines. Nowadays, electronic health records from clinical data warehouses provide a huge set of observations to generate real-world evidences in oncology. Knowledge about chemotherapy courses and chemotherapy responses are present in clinical data warehouses. For instance, toxicities are present in questionnaires and in narrative reports, and information about anti-cancer drugs are present for chemio software records. Chemio is a widespread software uh, used by caregivers and pharmacists to prescribe um, and administrate anti-cancer drugs during chemotherapies to patients. So these informations about chemotherapy courses and chemotherapy responses are present in clinical data warehouses, but they remain unexploited, partly because they are not directly available. For instance, toxicity have to be mined in narrative reports with NLP tools. Um, Information about cycles and lines followed by patients are not directly available for chemo results, and have to be this informations have to be reconstructed with anti-cancer drugs records. And clinical data warehouses may not be the suited way to represent cycles on lines. So there is a need to gather knowledge about chemotherapy courses and chemotherapy responses in a common data model. And to answer to this need, we propose two ontologies, which are Ontotox and Chemonto. Ontotox and Chemonto uh, enable um, to represent, integrate, and mine knowledges about chemotherapies and their responses. In this presentation, I will try to demonstrate the relevance of using ontologies to represent the field of chemotherapies. And I will focus on the presentation of Chemonto. In the three following slides, the scheme represents the Chemonto structure and an example of its instantiation with a theoretical cycle and an actual line, an actual treatment received by a fictive patient. As we have noticed in the introduction, um, chemotherapies are complex and involves multiple variables with a specific vocabulary such as theoretical and actual cycle, administrations, lines, and so forth. We define the optimal set of classes, object, and data properties necessary to cover both theoretical cycles and actual lines. The first part of the graph representing theoretical cycles provide the standardized chemotherapy regimen, while the second part of the graph represents the actual treatment received by the patient. And thanks to the object property realization of, it becomes possible to connect both parts to compare theoretical cycle and actual line received by the patient. Accurately representing chemotherapies require the consideration of two fundamental elements, which are the time and the drugs. To represent time, we used the W3C time ontology, which is the reference ontology to describe temporal data. We used relative time to represent time in the case of theoretical cycles, while we use absolute dates to represent time in the case of actual lines. By incorporating time ontology into chemonto, we are able to accurately represent timing of chemotherapies and to provide a framework for temporal reasoning. For drugs, we linked chemonto to the Romedy ingredient database, which is specifically designed for French drug detection. This link enabled to precisely represent the drugs administered to the patient and provide a standardized way to represent drugs. Additionally, every remedy ingredient is linked to the anatomical therapeutic classification, which is the international drug classification system, and so which provides us a standardized system for identifying and classifying drugs. So by utilizing these two established data models and linking them to chemonto, we are able to create a comprehensive and standardized representation of chemotherapy treatments. In a previous work, we introduced Ontotox, an ontology dedicated to chemotherapy toxicity extractions. We extracted toxicity from three distinct sources, from tables and free text in narrative reports, and from toxicity questionnaires. One of the aims of Ontotox is to unify the information from the distinct sources. To this aim, Ontotox must meet two requirements, which are the encoding of data provenance and the normalization of extracted toxicities. Again, there are existing models for representing these two fields. And to meet these requirements, we used the Provo ontology, which is the reference ontology for data provenance, to encode the data provenance of extracted toxicities. And to get the normalization of these extracted toxicities, we used well-known medical terminologies, which are the UMLS, the Unified Medical Language System, and MEDRA. So here again, I wanted to highlight the relevance of using ontological structure to represent chemotherapy responses and to link it with other well-known data knowledge models. Furthermore, the presentation of Ontotox leads me to the third reason why I think it is relevant to use ontologies to represent chemotherapies, which is the possibility of using reasoners. We incorporating to chemonto and Ontotox a swirl rule from temporal reasoning. This swirl rule enables to detect toxicity events that occurred during the actual cycle of patients. So these patients must have both data in toxicity questionnaires and in chemio software results. So to enable the instantiation of both chemonto and Ontotox. So this swirl rule infer automatically the time property inside from time ontology between an instant linked to toxicity event and an interval linked to an actual cycle. So this enable to enrich the knowledge graph. We instantiated both Ontotox and chemonto for a cohort of 3,923 patients that have both data in toxicity questionnaire and in chemio software. And this court led us to the association of more than 62,000 cycles and nearly 1 million chemotherapy toxicities. By leveraging the time ontology and temporal reasoning, we were able to infer the inside property and to accurately detect toxicity events that occurred during chemotherapy cycle. We inferred more than 800,000 inside property between toxicity instant and cycle interval. So this example highlights the potential of ontologies to integrate various factors and externalities to better understand treatment responses. I hope that I have convinced you of the relevance of using ontologies to represent chemotherapies. Firstly, because they allow for the representation of the complexities associated to chemotherapies. Secondly, because they enable the integration of external knowledge models. And lastly, because they enable the use of reasoning. The instantiated framework of chemonto and ontotox provide an excellent tools for studying chemotherapy responses. Thank you for your attention, and if you have questions, feel free to ask.